DayTraders.com. They are another prop firm. I've been trading with them. I have a few straight to funded accounts as well as a live account that is being worked on. So I want to review their platform today. I'm actually live in a short, but this is mostly focused on the platform. So let's take a look. So kind of just want to talk about the platform, why I like it in particular. We're going to compare it to TradingView. So full disclaimer, okay, obviously I'm an affiliate with DayTraders. I talk about them quite a bit on stream. They did not, however, pay me to make this video, but I will say they're a great firm overall. Cut to the chase. I like their straight to funded accounts. The reason that I like them though is because of this right here. Like this right here is why I like it, but we're gonna talk about why. So let's go ahead and open up TradingView as well, and we can kind of see. I'm also in a short over here. All right. This is not a trading video, I swear. So we can see they're very, very similar, okay? We'll just open this view up. Very, very similar charts. And the reason I shorted this, by the way, is we came up, we traversed this node, we traversed that high on NQ, right? We swept the February 11th high, okay? Nonetheless, I execute in TradingView mostly in my main account, okay? The small account challenge, that's where I execute in. That's cool, that's fine, that's dandy. As traders, familiarity is really important. You want to have the least amount of cognitive effort when you're trading. So all of my tools and everything that I do in TradingView is very, very similar. Even down to the breakdown down here, right, is very, very similar to what we see in the DayTraders view, right? So I've got my tools here. Okay, I've got my buy and sell buttons here on the top left. Got this widget, everything on the left. I can change time frames. I go to the 2 hour, 4 hour, etc. It's easy to execute market sell and buy, and I can add in, a trading widget if I want. So if we go back to DayTraders, not too dissimilar, and I love that. So many companies try to reinvent the wheel. Do you know why the phrase reinvent the wheel is a phrase? Because the wheel is almost a self-emerging invention. Every civilization, every society, okay, if we restarted over, would eventually recreate a wheel. Okay, there would just be one wheel. The wheel is a perfect invention. So there's no reason to try and do charting better. TradingView is just the best at it. And that doesn't mean that some other company who's focused on charting can't outdo them, but prop firms aren't focused on charting. Prop firms are focused on the prop business. And so to me, it makes a lot of sense for them to, just use TradingView, like use tools that are in front of you. I might TP this. So we're at the bottom of this node here, and we might, I'm very curious if they run through this entire low value area here. So we'll actually do some real trading in this video. What I want is my box tool, which I can't actually remember where that is. So my rectangle tool here, we have this low value area. So if we hit this, we'll start to hit escape velocity. Okay, but right now we are respecting the low value area. ES still has a little bit more space that it could traverse. So let's get another chart in here and we'll get ES front month on the left. Promise this is not supposed to be a trading video. ES still has down to this edge. And what's cool about this is it's exactly the same. Like I'm able to do this, even though I usually don't do too much charting on here. I do it on TradingView, but it's exactly the same. That's why I love it. I love it. Okay, all the tools are here. It's simple to use. There's a trade copier that's built in as well. Okay, so the trade copier allows you to, if we just go to the copy trader here, okay, you can see all these things here. It's easy to set up. I can reset the configuration. I'm not going to do that now. We're going to manage this trade possibly. I want to put a stop loss maybe at, let's see here, how large this is going to bounce here. Where do I want to put my stop? We're going to let this cook. So we'll lock in about 500 on this just to be safe. So we'll stop this at 500. It very well might get stopped out, but we want to protect those profits. 499 bucks we'll protect there. But it's really easy to do. So if ES keeps coming lower, then we'll hit this bottom shelf here, and this will likely go lower. So if I do get stopped out here and it retouches this, then we'll just go lower here. I'm gonna go back to this other account that was short 8 as well, and we'll go ahead and we'll stop there at 1100, right on the edge of that node. I've got the visible range volume profile there. As you guys know, I'm a volume profile trader. It's the same indicator. It's so good. It's so simple to use. Also, FYI, I got absolutely chopped the heck up today. So nice making this $1,000 back here on this account, and then the 500 on the other account. I was looking to short around this price, and they popped it through on earnings. So went on a bit of a tilter today. Nonetheless, super easy to set up. You can see our balances in real time there. All right, so that one other account should be stopped out. This one's almost stopped, and we'll go to account number 3. Still cooking here. We'll put this one at around, now you should not put a stop based off of P&L. I'm going to just for today. And again, if this breaks lower, let's see if we can find the arrow tool. Okay, if this breaks down into here, then I'll do a breakdown short, looking for us to traverse this low value all the way down to this next node down here. Okay, that'll be what I look for. So super easy to use, exact same tools. The colors, obviously they're using different colors. Like on TradingView, this is default red. The background's a little bit different. I like their default contrast actually. I think it's good. I think someone over there was intentional about the default colors. It's actually a bit easier to see out of the box than TradingView is, which is cool. So they took something that worked and instead of trying to change it, they just added to it, which is cool. But all the tools are here. It's the same, unlike Top Step, right, who's limited on time frames. All the time frames actually work here. The 2 hour doesn't, I lied. So let's see if we can do the 120, can't do the 120 minute. So we do the 60 minutes, there's no 2 hour. That's so weird. I wonder why they do that. So it's probably just a data cost issue, but it still works pretty well. And you can see that I had this pro account here. I blew that one up. So this one's toasted, happens. I was trying to save that one. It was pretty low, but we still got our 3 straight to funded accounts, which are the recommended accounts. This was a trailing account, and with how I trade, I just didn't care to micromanage that today. What I do like that's different than TradingView, okay, if we toggle these back and forth. On the top of TradingView, obviously you just have your replay and stuff like this up here, TradingView centric stuff. TradingView isn't focused on being a prop brokerage, right? It's just a charting tool. Whereas because this is a chart brokerage or a charting tool for a brokerage, or a prop brokerage at least, you can see your open position, buy quantity, sell quantity, P&L, all that's up here. Your drawdown is right at your fingertips. You don't have to leave. The best thing, again, if we go to the copy trader, we'll delete the configuration. So I'm going to use my straight to funded account 3 as the parent, and I'll check the other ones. I'll hit save configuration. When I go back to trading, if I go to account number 3, it's going to be really easy for us to copy trade. This will copy trade any asset. So I don't have to select the asset for it to copy trade to. It just copy trades. Now, you can't do some of the things other copy traders do, like choose the leverage, okay, and things like that. It's all just one for one, but that's fine. So if you've used TradingView before, it's the same. In terms of indicators, you can see that the volume profile is here. It's not exactly the same. Like I can't get the session volume profile. There's no session volume profile, but I still have the volume profile. What I could do is if I looked up volume profile, so I could do a volume profile fixed ranged and I could fix it, okay, for a period of time. That's going to give me the previous session. I would not want to do that manually for every single session, but I can get more or less the same things, right? So if I select this drawing, I can configure it. I'll make the row size 100, style, okay. I can make this look very similar to my other chart, right? Boom, volume profile basically as we're used to it. Very, very similar. Let's talk about some of the other features. So the journal. So here in the journal, you can see your stats for the accounts. Mine's going to be pretty crazy, as I'm sure as this loads. It's loading in all the trades. Performance tracking, highly, highly important. Okay, so you can see my P&L here for DayTraders, up 5K. That's cool. I love that this is built in. You don't have to export it at all, right? It's just built right into the platform. Easy peasy. Nothing really crazy about that. I think this is like standard stuff. Should be standard stuff nowadays. You can manage your risk. That's fine. And then there's some general settings as well. So, there's an AI that I can add, which is interesting. I don't even know what this is. What is that? They have some AI stuff. That's dope. That's dope. So overall, pretty straightforward video because of how good this is. I'm trying not to sound like I'm shilling because I love it so much. I really like TradingView. Let's say it like that. Top Step has went like 50-50 where they tried to, it's close, but they added like their own trading widget on the side, which doesn't work. Their trade shell, I should actually show you this. So the trade shell here, okay, is a simpler way to immediately just mark it in, right? So if I do a sell right here, for example, right? So let's hit a sell real quick. Boom. This is going to copy across all the accounts. Okay, I'm literally risking money to show you guys. So you can see it's open across all the accounts because I configured the trade copier on this account number 3. If I flatten, which I might do, I want to see if this continues to break down. There's a very high volume bottom wick there. We tend to get these in down moves, so we'll see if this engulfs this. We'll get some continuation breakdown, a little lower leverage though. We won't risk too much while we're filming a video. But the trade shell makes it super simple. It's better than Top Step's UI. This is not a video to put that Top Step down. I still have accounts over there, just to be very, very clear. I have 3 accounts that have been paid multiple times from Top Step. I'm just saying, I'm just notating the differences for anybody. And there's a little tutorial button. You can lock out your account. It's easy to do, cool stuff like that. So overall, I think that with this change, they just released this, by the way. So they had another UI that was okay, but far inferior to this. This is like a step function, way better trading experience, in my opinion, for somebody who trades how I trade using the volume profile. There's indicators that I know of. The tools are all the same. It's very, very familiar, which is important when I'm jumping from, especially as a streamer. You have to think of my experience as a trader. I'm streaming, I've got multiple windows up, I've got TradingView, I've got trade copiers. I've got all these things I'm trying to manage. And so I don't want to have to think. So I'm also trying to make money trading, right? I'm trying to actually make money doing this. And so the least amount of mental barriers, the most important, and it's actually good. It's a legitimately good experience. It works well. The only thing that I've noticed is that when I first log in, sometimes this thing just takes forever to log in. I don't know why. It's because they have intelligently actually, like their different services that they have in the background that wire this all together are independent of each other, and sometimes some of them are just a little bit slower to get in. So I do try to make sure that I have enough time before market open to like actually just log in. It's not instant, it takes a second. That being said, it has always been reliable. I have not seen any outages yet. Okay, doesn't mean that there won't be. I'm speaking factually. I have not experienced any yet, which is great, which is important. It is new, so I'm sure that there'll be some quirks. I could tell you that talking to the DayTraders team, though, they are extremely open to feedback. They have some of the most open-minded guys that I've seen. They recently made a change. Okay, and this should actually be a whole video that I mentioned. The rules for straight to funded accounts, they removed the minimum amount of days per month in order to keep the account open. So you can actually trade these just like straight up real accounts. It's truly a straight to funded account, which makes them, in my mind, the #1 pick for straight to funded accounts in the entire prop firm industry. And it's not even close. The trailing accounts is a trailing account. It's whatever. But when it comes to the straight to funded account, I don't think that there is a competitor that comes close to DayTraders. So if you want an account with a good experience, all in, baked in, this is, if I started trading and this was my first experience as a trader, wow, right? I don't have to log in and connect to the broker. Questions that people ask me all the time in TradingView, how do I log into blah? It just works. So that's cool. So all in all, I'm going to give them a 10 out of 10. I'll give them a 9.5 out of 10. The 0.5 is because the login is slow. Other than that, I'll give them 0.5 back because they changed that rule on the 5 qualified day. So right now, as of today, Wednesday, February 25th, DayTraders.com gets a 10 out of 10, specifically because of the UI experience and how good value the straight to funded account is. On other metrics, I'm sure they're not perfect. That's great. But yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe. I'm going to close this position because that doesn't need to be open. I will see you in the next video. Peace.